from what we see in the beginning of this week, that people could not comply with social distancing. This is what happened at the latest, how people have been rearranged and quite comply with the social distancing procedure. It means that all the rules and regulation, all the steps have been changed because MRT has been criticized quite a lot. So they have applied and improved social distancing measures.
Yeah, there was some kind of chaos on the first or second day of the easing of the shutdown at the BTS stations, largely due to the technical error that happened. So we saw large clouds of people waiting for their ride. And of course, I mean, that means that the rules for social distancing were largely ignored at those particular moments.
Yes, so they have set 3 targets for passengers who would like to use Bangkok SkyTrain system, especially at the entrance, at the exit of the station, before entering the ticket sales area, and before entering the automatic ticket gate, and before entering the train. It means they really have to respect social distancing at each particular point, at particular location, in order to comply to the measure.
Now, one thing we have been noticing is that members of the public at large are still very, very careful in wearing masks when they go out in public. And this is good news because that is one of the most crucial preventive measures against the virus. Of course, there's no total prevention against the virus, but wearing face masks in public places or when you are outdoors certainly help reduce the chance of you getting infected. So we are glad to see that most people, if not all, have been wearing masks without being ordered to, because I think it has become a habit for most people now to have their faces covered when they are outdoors.
Yes, and from the screen you can see that they have temperature check for each passenger just to make sure that they don't have rising temperature. And that would be quite safe for other passengers as well. And alcohol gel is provided, and each passenger is responsible to bring their face mask to protect others to get infected from infection. So that's what happened during the rush hour in Bangkok, Khun Thepchai.
Yeah, certainly we have to commend members of Thai public for their compliance with the social distancing directives ever since the outbreak began and after the directives were imposed. And as we have seen in the past few days since the lockdown was eased, we go to any food shops and restaurants, and they would arrange the seating in such a way that it would comply with the necessary social distancing the measures. Tables apart, people are limited to sitting at one table for each person. So I think that's quite encouraging to see that that members of the Thai public are playing a very important part in that.
So in a way, the atmosphere, the experience of using public transport might have changed a lot, and it has become quite peace and quiet from what we saw on the screen right now. So if any of you who are watching our program and having experience about using Bangkok SkyTrain, you can just share with us on Facebook Live right now.